Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Karen's Stamp Pack. My name is Karen Scott, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Edmonton, Alberta. So welcome to today's lives. Today I am playing with the All About Autumn suite, and I know that it is sold out right now. And I just checked online, and apparently the whole suite is coming back. So that would be the stamp set and dies, especially October 23rd. Although the paper itself, which you can use to make some nice Thanksgiving cards or fall holiday cards, the paper's coming back the week of the October 9th, and the specialty paper that comes with it, the oxidized specialty paper, comes back the week of October 2nd. So you can pick up pieces here and there. So hello, Margaret Ann. Hello, Denise. Happy Tuesday. Yes. So anyway, I do have some designer series paper, and I did get the bundle because I bought the paper first, and then I thought, no, I needed the bundle, so I got that. I got the ribbon. I didn't get the oxidized paper, but anyway, so I was piecing it together. Let's see. So I'm not going to waste an awful lot of time. I got a couple of cards I'm going to show you, and I'll walk you through some of it. Let me just grab my paper trimmer. And let me turn my camera down and we will get started. So how are you ladies today? Starting to warm up outside. It's getting cool in the mornings. Okay, there we have it. So here's the stamp set and dies. Now I'm just using the sentiments out of the stamp set today, and I'm going to use the dies in the designer series paper, and those are the dies that come with it. There's quite a few of them. So I've done most of the die cutting. I saved one little bit that I'm going to show you using my my mini Stampin' and cut and emboss machine, or my cut and emboss machine. Okay, so let's see. The first card I'm going to show you is this one, and let me just take it out of the paper, and it is, let's see, up close and personal. So I've used a couple of the designer series papers on this one, and let me just show you. You've probably already seen this if you've hopefully you've got some, but this is the back side, and it all has the metallic look in each of the designer series papers. Oops, that one's turned around. And then we have the front side, which is full of beautiful colors, fall colors, some libraries, some trees, another library, a chair. Anyhow, it's so I've picked a couple of those papers to work with, and this one is I'll pull in my pre-cut stuff, and what I've done is, you'll see my measurements when I'm working with the cards. I try to take a smaller measurement, and because I'd like to save a little bit to decorate the back of the envelope. And I think they're just stunning. So I've done that with all of the cards that I've done using this suite. So I've got a piece of 5.5 by 11.5, or 5.5 by 11. Sorry, 5.5 by 8.5. Get it? Okay. I'm still. I have been up and awake. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. My apologies. So let's bring in our paper trimmer. And I'm going to cut down a piece of paper. And I just had all of my measurements on here. Seriously. Oh, it's on the front of the envelope? No. There it is. I'm so organized. I looked at the clock and it was like all of a sudden it was time to roll, and I didn't have my cut and emboss machine. I don't have my pieces put together, but I did write out the measurements. So I'm using these two pieces of designer series paper, and the one with it's really pretty pinks in here. So the Moody Mauve, and I'm going to cut this down. So pardon me, I'm going to cut this piece, which is going to be the back. I'm going to cut that at 3.5 and 5.5. I'm going to have it go all the way down the card. And you see, that's probably about as small as you want to cut it. And this piece is enough to do the back of the envelope. So we're going to save that. We're going to take this piece and we are going to cut that down 1/4 of an inch smaller. So I'm going to cut this right in half at 3 inches. And I want it cut all the way down to the bottom, or from top to bottom. So I'm going to cut that at 5.5 as well. You have beautiful weather, Denise. Nice. Yeah, it feels like winter's going to come sooner rather than later, although I looked at the weather for the next week and we're supposed to get a couple of days up in the 20s, but I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's down around 15 right now. So this is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to layer that. So I have the metallic showing through on that side. Now this piece, I can use that for another card, or I can use it for the back of the envelope, but I already have the envelope there. So we'll just save those. I'll put this away for now. And put those back under there. I'm going to bring in my silicone craft mat just because I don't want to get glue all over everything. So get my tape runner. Okay. And center that. Good. Now we'll take our card base and just adhere it. And I mean, look at that already, just putting the paper on it. It's so pretty. All right. Now you want the suite. It really is. It's gorgeous. But like I said, the whole suite isn't available until, I believe it's the week of October 23rd, it said. So there's the card. So I've gone ahead and I've die cut some pieces out of the Moody Mauve already. So this is going to be for my sentiment. A couple of the leaves, they'll just stand on their own. And I also have brought in, which is one of the coordinating colors, the and this is what I was going to show you. So the leaves on the dies have veins. So there's the big maple leaf. It has the veins there. And this and this, these leaves, this is what I'm going to cut out. And I'm going to do it in the copper clay. But what I'm going to do is, just in case you have never used it before, or maybe you have, these are our adhesive sheets. And for the veins, rather than trying to put glue on those small pieces, I'm going to take my adhesive sheet and put it on the back. And I've got a little left over here. So let's just trim that off so it doesn't gum up my machine. Okay. Hello, Carla from Pennsylvania. How are you today? Thank you for joining us. We're just playing with the All About Autumn suite. So I'm going to take my little die cut machine. Let's see. I'm going to have to cut that down just a smidge to get it through. Let's see. Oh, barely. Okay, let's take our plates. Let's see if I've got them all. I think I do. Okay, so let's just take this and put it on with our adhesive sheets. And I'm going to just cut both. I'm left-handed, so this is going to be backwards for me. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. I think it needs oiled. All right. So this is just going to make it a little easier to put my leaves together. So, oh, I didn't get it totally. Went off the side. So I'll cut it off there and there. My paper was a little too big. All right, so good enough. So we'll take our take your pick tool and try to find an edge here. And of course it's actually easier than I make it look. Okay, there we go. And so now let's just adhere this on there and see how easy that is. So I'm going to cut that tail off because I'm going to hide it anyway. So let's get it to stamping and putting this together now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this with one of the, it says autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful. So I'm going to use that stamp. See, here's some pieces that I've already die cut that I can use at a later date. So I got really, when I first saw this suite, and the reason I just bought the paper, I thought the paper was pretty, but I didn't think much of the suite. And then I thought, oh, well, no, I'm thankful and I need to do some Thanksgiving Day cards. And so I better buy the stamp set. And a good thing I did before it sold out. And then I got to playing with it, and I really, really quite like it. I haven't done much in the way of stamping yet, but playing with the dies and the paper, it's really... You're doing fine. This is your first live. Oh, well. Oh, I don't know if you can hear the dogs. The Shaw cable guys here. Okay, so now I need some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to pop up my... I've got the adhesive sheet on the back of this too, but I don't, I want to pop it up. So I'm going to put it right about there. And then I'm going to take my adhesive. All of these have the adhesive back on it. So let's see if I can pull this off. One piece. And thanks for sharing, Margaret Ann. Yeah. Put that there. So hopefully, like I said, the Shaw cable guy just showed up. I heard the dogs barking, but hopefully I don't lose internet connection. He's only supposed to fix the TV. So we'll see what happens. If I lose you, I apologize. And I'll put that there. I'm going to have another leaf just floating in the wind up here. So, and then I need to find some jewels to put on. And of course, I just not getting underneath here. I've got just my gems and or my rhinestones that I'm going to use, and I'm going to stick that right there. So let's get rid of the garbage, pull out my rhinestones, and these are my favorite by far. You know, they can come out with all kinds of stuff, and I have a whole drawer full of gems, but these ones are the ones that I use the most. So let's pull out the dark moody mauve. And we're going to color a couple 3 maybe. Take your pick tool, and I'm going to put one up here, one here, and maybe one there. Okay. So now you can cut a piece off if you want and do the inside. I think I have a leaf on the inside of this one. So don't forget to do that. We get a piece of cardstock, put it in. Don't mind my mess. It's the way I work. I end up with a crafting mess all the time. So I'm not ooh. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, I think. Kathy was on there, but unless it's quit working. Okay. So I will decorate that. Let's see. Do I have anything in here? I do. So let's pull it out. And then we'll do our envelope. And there's that. Grab an envelope, and this is so simple to do. So I broke down, and let's see if I've got some glue in here. I do. All right. So I'm just going to put it all along the edge of the flap. Let's take our piece and we have a little bit of wiggle room just to make sure that we're centered. And then I'm just going to cut around. And there we have it. So we've got a really cute card, and we've got an envelope to match. And who wouldn't love to receive a beautiful... Oh, thanks, Kathy. You're there. Yeah, so no, Facebook's still streaming, Margaret Ann. So yeah, anyway, I mean, I think that turned out pretty nice. So let me just clear some of this mess. And I'll pull out the second card I'm going to show you. Now, this one I entered into for our crafting crew challenge. It was a fall themed card that we had to come up with. So I did this one. And again, I did the back with the leftover paper. So this one is using the pumpkins, and it says, "I'm thankful." Now, some of the coordinating colors in here, it says that, of course, there's the copper clay, sorry, but I pulled in Cajun Craze, and what I did was just die cut and cut, and that was it. I used my I brought in the early espresso. So let me just grab my pieces. And I've gone ahead and cut almost everything. I just have to cut my paper. Yeah. I know what you mean. I want some more of it. I want more paper. I've got so many papers I need to use up, but I want more. Okay, so we've got our, let's get this right this time, 8.5 by 5.5 squared at 4 1/4. We need a piece, another piece, and we need that piece to be 3.5 by 4 3/4. I think. Yeah. Okay, 3.5. Let's hope I cut this right. If not, I'll have to grab another piece, 4 3/4. I don't know why it doesn't, it seems wrong. It's too small. I knew it. So don't trust what I write down. We'll have to save that for something else. All right. I'm going to cut my designer series paper first. So I'm going to use my, oh, maybe it's right. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. So let's pull out. Good grief. Oh, this was the designer series paper. That's why. Okay, so a designer series paper, we're going to cut 3.5 by 5.25. 5.25. So this needs to be just a tad bigger. So it's going to be 3.5, 3 and 2, 5/8 by 4 7/8. There we go. Read it right. 3.5. Okay, so this piece is going to go on here. And obviously I didn't cut the bottom. So like I said, 3.5 by 5.25. And it's going to go over here. Now we need to cut down some pumpkins. And that's going to be 3.5 by 4 3/4. I don't know. I don't trust myself. Ah, and it's right. Okay. So, did I confuse you? Because I confused me. I'm not sure. If you want the measurements, I'll give you the right measurements. And we still have a couple pieces of designer series paper that we can use for our envelopes. So I apologize, guys. I don't know what's going on, but for some reason it's other than my first mistake, it's working out. Okay, so I'm just taking it, and there's just 1/8 of an inch all the way around. I'm going to take this piece. Get this working. And I want this closer to the edge. This looks so warm and cozy. Okay, and let's center this in the middle. I'm going to pop it up with my dimensionals. Take your pick tool. It's great for pulling off the backs off the adhesive. And just figure out which way you want to put your pumpkins. All right, so we've got that. Get rid of our extra pieces here. And like I said, I use the Cajun Craze, and I've got my finger dabber. And I'm just going around the edge of everything with the early espresso. It just gives it a look of changing colors, right? And I like that. Just to add some interest to it. Oh, thanks, Margaret Ann. And I'm doing it on my sentiment piece as well. So there are two pieces, or 2 die cuts for the sentiments. And put that away. I watched Karina's Oops, no, I need it. I'm getting ahead of myself. I watched Karina's video today, and she put her arm in her ink pad. So it's on my mind not to do that. Okay, so let's grab the I'm Thankful stamp. So much to be thankful for. What are you thankful for? All right. Oh, do you know the other thing? I mean, we could use, there's a couple of ribbons that come with this suite as well. I love this one. It's so pretty. But I think that'll be a little too, I want it more muted. And then I have some of this twine. It's a silver threaded twine. It has the silver thread in the middle. And I just went and started pulling out the pieces. So you can just, I don't want the silver thread, but I've got some that I've already, pulled out. Move that aside. It's sticking to me. My fingers have glue on them. And so I can twist it up and put it on here if I want it. So I'm going to pop up my sentiment. And just put that right there. And then I'm going to glue down Now I'm gluing over top of this so it will hold it in place. Once it dries. And a brown leaf here. All right. So I'm just going to take my snips. Oops, not quite dry yet. And snip that off so it doesn't look too rowdy. But there we have that. Now we'll do the inside of our card and our on our envelope, but I can do that. But there's our finished card. So there's our two cards. What did I do with the other one? And that's would be it for me today. So once this comes back in, get your hands on it because you'll have a blast playing with it. It really is nice. So yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. You look forward to my videos twice a week. Yeah, that's sweet. And you guys, oh, Denise, you were thankful for all the ladies every week. Thank you guys. Yes, there is so much to be thankful for. I'm glad for my family, glad for my friends. You guys are awesome. I'm so thankful that you show up every week and cheer me on. You make me feel good. So I appreciate it. So let me know what you think of the and whoops, I meant to do that the other way. Okay. Oh, I'm having a day and I wasn't until now. So I don't know what it is. Stage fright, I guess. So thanks for joining me, everybody. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. I'm going to go before this cable guy shuts down everything on me. If he does, I hope he doesn't. But and let my dogs out. So they're waiting patiently. Anyway, have a wonderful evening and bye for now.